Greetings once again from Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. And today is Sunday, and it's June 28th, one of the greatest days of the year. Some of the greatest people on this earth ever to be born were born on June 28th. I'm not sure if you knew that. I know that because I was born today. It's my birthday. Happy birthday. So I am so excited to preach today and to simply give this devotion. We are online with a different service as well, but I'm going to keep on with my devotions. I want to talk about our calling. Not only just our calling, but our purpose. I truly believe that our training college, anywhere in the world, but I'll talk about Canada, we've been getting better numbers going into training college, but I'm telling you it should be full because God has a calling, and I want to just make this as clear as possible today. If God has called your life, answer it. Speak to your corps officer. Speak to your divisional youth officer. Speak to me if you have to. But I want to see people in our training college, and I want to see people answer the call that God has put on their life. As you can see, I'm passionate about calling, and I'm passionate about the Army, and I know God has people out there that are just not answering that call. So let's answer that call. 2 Timothy 1:8-9 says this: "Do not be ashamed of the testimony of our Lord or of me, his prisoner, but join with me in suffering for the gospel, according to the power of God, who has saved us and called us according to his own purpose." So today I want to say that Paul made it clear to Timothy that he had been saved not because of his own efforts, but according to the power of God. And the reason for his actions was that he called us according to his own purpose and grace. This is such an important perspective that it should be the key fact of our lives. Paul was explaining that each of us has been summoned by God and has been given a specific name and a specific vocation. There is a personal objective to our lives, which has been established by God himself, if you can believe that. There are objectives that give our lives purpose and meaning. Applying these principles to Timothy, Paul underscored that this should change his attitude toward everything. He did not have to be afraid or worried about difficult situations which he might find himself in. There was no reason to be ashamed of the testimony of our Lord or of me, his prisoner, he says. He needed to embrace his calling, whatever it might be. This is a perspective that all of us should remember every single day. It's a statement that should give us peace when we are troubled, reassurance when we face doubts, and meaning when our lives are filled with, I guess you could say, questions. So today, remember that God has a special calling just for you, a plan for your life. I simply ask you today to do this: surrender to him. Trust him and serve him. I spoke at the beginning of the devotion about answering the call to full-time officership. And if you're out there and God's got the call, answer it. I'll give you the word from me that I am telling you, if there's something or anything I could do to help you find that calling and to fulfill that calling, I will do it. Because God will empower me and God will give me the resources to give to you. Let's talk. But it might not be to full-time ministry. It might not be to being a Salvation Army officer. But God may be calling you to a deeper meaning in your corps, to a position in your corps that maybe is not filled. I've seen people in my corps step up. I had a retired officer step up and say, "I'll be bandmaster," and that was the calling God put on his heart. And he's doing a fantastic job. Other than we're not meeting right now in COVID, but these things. So let me just say that at the end of this devotion. And let me pray over everyone today. Father, thank you for calling me into what I am doing today. I thank you that I had the nerve to answer that call. I seek first your kingdom, and I pray that for my friends. Help us all to please you. Help us all to serve you where you want us to serve. In your name we do pray. Amen. Be blessed today.